Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off and running from Ford Field. Has this at the 6.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Go, come on! 180! Horrible. Here we go, 76! 76!
They kick the running back in motion.
Hey, let's go. Go, Brown.
Goff taking right to the air. Has him on a quick hitter. And this is brought to a stop up at, say, the 34-yard line now. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and the quarterback will find you again.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. Had some room to work, and he took advantage, even 7.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. Big strike here to Williams. He will go! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions take a 6-0 lead right away. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Lions 7.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's going to head out of bounds on the return.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing right away here, Goff. He throws a bullet to the center of the... They connect on the deep shot. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions finish off their opening drive.
It's an old adage, but it's a true adage. Speed kills. And gosh, I love that, Kate. Right from the jump, you don't wait to get your playmaker started. Get him the ball early and put a fear of God into this defense.
They'll try for 2. Goff gets his line set.
The Lions will set up.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Alex Anzalone with the pick. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he stops.
Lions 7, Lions 6.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he'll get a couple more on the dive before being marked down.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. We'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
Hey, scout! Orange.
1st down throw from Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. A dose of the hurry-up offense yards here.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 24-yard line.
Super one, super one. Obama, shell, 11.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. Finds him over the middle. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. Offense up to the line fast.
13 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Average 5. Go, 12.
Goff on 3rd. And that's going to fall incomplete on the look to his running back, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Incomplete.
Well, he connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
On 4th down, Goff. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Sends this to the end zone. He brings it in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions just need 2 snaps to steal a lead.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Goff leading the offense back to the line. They're going for 2.
Hey, 76! 76!
The Lions will set
Back to
up
throw
for
now.
a 2-point conversion.
And he goes out of bounds. Wow, major miscue there, and they're not going to get 2. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
180! What's that?
Drive begins with Gibbs. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
The tackle by
Looking quickly here.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
Orange. 12. Value super. What's that?
From the gun, Goff. Fits it through the middle. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Lions have a 1st down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34.
We go tonight. 180. Hey, kill. What's that?
Handoff to Gibbs from the gun. His gate is stopped on what's going to be the final play on this 1st quarter. These 2 NFC North teams have played one so far. 12-7 our score. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back and beginning the 2nd quarter. Lions in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Goff to the air now. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. Looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this 1st half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
4 down. 180.
Now Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Goff tosses it quickly out wide. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that is good for a Detroit first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Big set of downs from 37. On first down, it's Gibbs. Pushing for the red zone. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions take a second-quarter lead. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Bates now for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Lions take a slim 2-point lead.
Lions 12.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
All right, Lions just about ready. First and 10. They give to Gibbs on the option. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, a nice little run to set the table.
Brings up second.
It's going to be 2nd and 3 when we return from our 2-minute warning. Stick around. More from Ford Field on its way. 2nd and 3 now. Looking to throw. Goff. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Goff now on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it. 4th down, Goff throwing. That one complete to St. Brown. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. One of their biggest plays of the game so far, and it comes on a 4th down gamble. 1st and 10 from the 43.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard
Again,
line.
Goff. Another one caught by St. Brown. And he's hauled out of bounds as he takes this down to the 30. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And the Lions have a first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A give left side for Gibbs. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that is good for a Detroit first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you'd ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the game they did.
First down, and they go right back to it. And they're going to have a few looks at a touchdown here as he gets it down to the 8. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Danger, King. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
When you're not, you're not. I see through your...
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal.
Hold on. Section. Go.
Handoff here for Gibbs on his own read. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
It's a loss of 1.
Loss sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal.
At the Lions' 9-yard line.
Goff. He's got it. It's in close. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds.
A 6-yard gain. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Offense is getting closer, but 2 yards left to figure out. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing now out of the shotgun. And he will score. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions take the lead just before halftime. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Lions jump in front now by 5.
Lions 14.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half.
At their own 20-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Going to the ground again on 1st. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And nearly to the 35-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
Running in with David Montgomery. He picks up 5 on that 1st down run. Brings up 2nd down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play, but whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Throwing is gone. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. Brought in inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw. When you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. They'll go right side with Gibbs. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown.
The kicker on for
well,
the
Brock,
extra
you
point.
found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism, bringing pressure, and it's blocked. The Lions pick it up. Finds a seam, left side, he's off to the races. He's at the 30. And they return it all the way back for 2 to minimize the sting of that opposing touchdown. You could hear the crowd swell first on the block, Brock, and then again as they scooped it up and started the return. Man, really one of the most exciting plays you'll ever see in a game, no matter what the score is.
And one of the rarest plays we get to see, too. You know, the rule was changed back in 2015 that you could take it back for 2. And the total number of extra points blocked and taken back since then, well, we can count on our 2 hands. It's incredibly tough to do, but they just pulled it off.
And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
180! Louis.
Here's Goff on 1st and 10. He lofts one deep, center of the field. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
120!
Goff back to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He skips down inside the 35-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
That's good.
Throwing again, it's Goff. Finds Isaac to Slaw, complete. He is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down.
Detroit Lions, first down.
Working inside the red zone. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone, and they just can't finish the play.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Has it down close. And he's in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions start the second half with some needed points. They'll try for 2. Goff gets his line set.
The Lions will set up for the
throw it.
conversion.
And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work.
25. Lions 22.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. It gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And it looks like they're giving about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. I'm a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Lions ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Straight ahead with Gibbs. That run good for a handful as it brings up 2nd down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stay next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
And the Lions, first down.
First and 10 from the 43.
Like 20.
Off the gut they go with Gibbs. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Aiden Hutchinson on the tackle. No gain on the play. Second and
We reach the 2-minute warning in
the
Detroit.
43-yard line.
Lions only up by a few. First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10.
Go, cut. Go.
Goff setting the throw. Big strike here to Williams. And there's the stop after he drives this down to the 13. Gain of 30 yards on that play. And the Lions have a first down.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start and read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Handoff running left. Here's Gibbs. That played good for, looks like about 6. Second down upcoming. Now the Lions calling a timeout. It's their first.
It's a pickup of 6.
As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
Cut. Set.
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Underneath, it's Gibbs. And he will have the Lions first.